I recently bought this baby lock serger at the thrift store for about 30 bucks. I was surprised by how little documentation there was on it online. It's a great machine. So I thought I would make a quick video just to show you how to run it. I had to do a lot of troubleshooting when I first got it, but now it seems to be going pretty well. So first of all, this machine is built like a tank. It's an old Juki. It's basically an industrial machine, more or less, with a little household motor here on the back of it. Everything's metal. Everything's very sturdy. It seems like it would pretty much run forever. You do have to oil it occasionally. You can see there's oil points. They're marked with red paint. So there's 1, 2, 3 here, and then 1 up here. The manual indicates that you should put 1 or 2 drops of oil in there occasionally just to keep everything running smoothly. There's also a couple of oil points in here. I think we have 1 right there, and maybe that's it, actually. So pretty simple. Probably good to put a drop of oil there every once in a while just to make sure that it's, running well. One nice thing about this machine is that if you open this compartment here, you'll find a little diagram that shows you where all of your threads need to go, and also what kind of needles you need for it. These DC-1 needles are kind of hard to find. They're quite a bit shorter than normal sewing needles. When I first got the machine, it had a typical Singer 90 by 14 needle in it. It was too long, and so the machine just wouldn't run. I mean, it ran, but it wouldn't actually run a stitch for me. So I ordered some of these DC-1 needles from eBay. Like I said, they were a little bit hard to find. These are ball points, which is not ideal for knits like denim. As you can see, I've got an occasional skipped stitch because I think the ball point was screwing things up for me a little bit. But anyway, they work well enough. So you'll need to get DC-1 needles. Now, if we look at the threading of this machine, let me open this plate up again. First, you're gonna thread your loops. So those are these 2 cones right here. I tried to do the same colors as there are on this diagram. The orange cone, we run it up here, down, and then it goes through this right set of loops here, around the tensioner, through, and then it kind of comes up through the this bottom hook here. So you feed it through the back of the hook and then up through the front. The pink thread, which is your top loop, goes up through the middle hole up here, comes down, runs through this left side, through the higher tensioner, through those 2 loops, up across here, and then it feeds through the top hook, which you can see right there. So first you want to run those 2. Then you'll come through and do your 3rd stitch, which is this blue one. So I ran it up, down, around this top tensioner, through the foot here, down through that little loop, and then into the needle. Now, there's a few tricky things about this machine. You can see that there's no numbers for the tensioning. There's just kind of a blue stripe here. So ideally, you're going to want your tension to land somewhere in that blue stripe. You might have to tune it up a little bit as you go, depending on your fabric. A little more tension, a little less tension, but it's easy enough to figure that out. The other thing that was giving me a lot of trouble at first was the needles. I'll see if I can get this in focus here. So you can see the scarf of the needle, first of all, they're round, so it's not real clear what's the front and back. The scarf of the needle, that little scoop, has to point backwards away from you. And the long groove, see that? That long groove there should point forwards. And if you do that backwards, you're just gonna break a bunch of needles like I did. So anyway, that's something to be aware of. You want the long groove forward, scarf back, and then you should have a pretty easy time with it. So we'll close this up and close that up. And then, as you can see, like I said, the pink, the center cone is your top thread. The orange is your bottom thread, that third cone. And then the blue is gonna run through the needle and give you your stitch on the edge there. But yeah, if we just go ahead and drop this piece of denim in here and try it out, it should just run real smooth, and hopefully you'll have a good looking overlock stitch. So yeah, there you go. Again, you can see a couple drop stitches there, not too bad. Again, this is probably because the ballpoint needles don't love this knit fabric, is what I'm guessing. But I'm sure with a little more tuning up, I'll be able to get it to where those drop stitches aren't happening anymore. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you. You can find the manual online. If you want to leave a comment down below, I can try to upload the manual myself, save you the $10 from eBay. But yeah, hope this was helpful, and good luck with your new serger.